into 3 and 4, but the next time it will be Daryn, Pittman, and Daison Pursley at the head of the field. Rico, Abreu, and Giovanni Scelzi in row number 2. Aaron Reutzel and Lynch in row 3. 4th rows Brent Marks and Ryan Timms. Row number 5, Brad Sweet and Austin McCarl. 6th row, Justin Sanders and Brenham Crouch. 7th row, Ian Madsen and Tanner Thorson. 8th row is Justin Peck and Danny Sams. 9th row, Landon Crawley and Hank Davis. 10th row, Chase Randall and Roger Crockett. 11th row, John Carney and Ayrton Gennetten. And then Eric Baldaccini and Austin Mundie, the rest of the field. Race fans, we remind you to take your seats once they get under green flag conditions. Thank you. Texas Motor Speedway, we got them racked, we got them stacked, and we've got the grandstands packed. Let's go racing up at turn number 4. We are green. Feature at Texas is underway. Daryn Pittman with the lead into turn number 1. Daison Pursley got to the left rear, but Pittman with momentum going to have the race lead down the back straightaway. Rico quickly into the 3rd spot by the 7BC of Giovanni Scelzi. He's now challenged down low by Aaron Reutzel. Reutzel pulls up next to Scelzi down the front straightaway. They go side by side into turn number 1. Reutzel slides with the racetrack, can't get there in time. Scelzi maintains the 4th spot off of turn number 2. Brent Marks making quick work of a couple of cars. He's gotten by Ryan Timms and Lynch. The defending all-in championship weekend winner is now almost into the top 5. Brent Marks making his way towards the front of the field. Now a diamond maneuver off of turn number 2 there for the 19 car. Brent Marks moving that car all over the racetrack here early on in this feature event. But all up front, it is the 69K of Daryn Pittman doing everything right. Can he finally get that first Highlander Racing victory here this evening, as Daison Pursley still sitting in that 2nd spot, fending off the challenges of Rico Abreu. Then it's Scelzi and Reutzel the top 5. Tyler, what do you like so far in this one?
I like that everyone's getting to move around here. I think we get the lap traffic, and it's going to change a lot of stuff here. Obviously, everyone's kind of running around the top that's at the front, and a lot of the lap cars are too. So we get the traffic. It's going to change the kind of whole dynamic of this race.
Traffic could definitely be the deciding factor in this one. Ryan Timms around the bottom, trying to find a way by Brent Marks. He will do so down the front straightaway. Ryan Timms back up to 6th, and going to bring Brad Sweet with him. Sweet underneath the Brent Marks, slides up the racetrack. They get close off of turn number 2, as Marks may have kissed the wall on the back straightaway. Brent Marks still has the 7th spot, slides it up to the cushion. That might give the spot to Brad Sweet, and indeed it does. Brad Sweet's now up to the 8th position in car number 49. Brad Sweet getting by the 19 of Marks, and Lynch rounds out the top 10. Lynch about to be challenged by the number 5 of Brenham Crouch. Up front, Daryn Pittman closing in on the back of the field in turn number 2. He's got the 4 of Austin Mundie, the 3 of Ayrton Gennetten, and the J2 of John Carney just ahead. Then he's got to go off of his line though here, Tyler. He's around the bottom the whole way, but the lap cars are right there.
Yeah, and the middle is going to start coming in here in 3 and 4 too, where everybody's kind of ran the bottom and throwing some good dirt into the, and you got Rico running, sliding Daison here for 2nd.
Rico Abreu now into the 2nd spot. Pursley has a run. Can he do anything with it down the back straightaway? Rico is going to run the middle, as Tyler just mentioned, off of turn number 4, side by side for 2nd. Rico still has the spot across the start-finish line. He now begins to pursue Daryn Pittman down the back straightaway, and the lap cars are just ahead of him, side by side in front of your race leader. Pittman trying to keep that car square off of turn number 4 and maintain the drive. And the interstate batteries number 69K. Rico Abreu that time by the start-finish line. The lead for Pittman, 1.3 seconds. Rico certainly closing the gap on the 2013 World of Outlaws champion. Pittman now misses the bottom of the exit of turn number 4. Here comes Abreu down the front straightaway. He'll now keep it under a half second. Abreu 5/10 behind as they roll into turn 1.
Yeah, and it's just Daryn just hasn't done quite as good of a job getting through lap traffic as Rico has here, and he can't quite get off a 4 like Rico is. Rico's way down the bottom. Daryn's trying to run the top, the middle part, and here you go. There's Rico passing for the lead.
Rico takes the top spot into turn number 1, right across the nose of Daryn Pittman. They still got to work through the lap cars, who are all right around the bottom. Rico goes to the top, opens up the inside for Daryn Pittman. He might take the lead back way up at turn number 4. Side by side across the line, too close to call. Abreu still on the lead. Pittman tries to throw a short slider, can't get there in time. Abreu maintains the race lead around the outside and down the back straightaway, but he's not out of it quite yet. Still a lot of cars in his race racing line, and Daison Pursley on the top looks like he's closing in, Tyler.
Yeah, you keep these guys side by side for much longer. Daison's going to be right in the picture.
Daison Pursley trying to get back into the picture for the race lead. Abreu to the outside of Ayrton Gennetten. Gennetten's in his racing line, but a nice move there from Abreu to cut him off into turn 3 and hit the bottom side of the racetrack in turn number 4. Giovanni Scelzi sits in 4th. Brad Sweet makes his way by Aaron Reutzel. Moves Sweet from 9th and now into the 5th position as we are 15 laps into this 25-lap main event. And Daryn Pittman will not go away from Rico Abreu. Abreu gets to the top of the exit at turn number 4. Daison Pursley, Giovanni Scelzi, they close in on the 2013 World of Outlaws champion. Pittman with 2 lap cars between himself and the race leader. 3rd place up for grabs. Daison Pursley trying to get around the outside of John Carney. He'll float it through the middle. Off the bottom comes Giovanni Scelzi. Side by side for 3rd. Gio's got it the line. Giovanni Scelzi now up to 3rd. Brad Sweet underneath the Pursley. He'll take 4th in turn 2.
It's a lock-in spot for tomorrow, too.
Keep that in mind. Got to be in the top 3 if you want to lock into the feature for tomorrow night's finale. Brad Sweet and Daison Pursley going at it for 4th off at turn number 4. Brad Sweet needs one more spot to lock in and keep himself right in the thick of the championship as Rico Abreu is pulled away by 1.2 seconds over Daryn Pittman. This time by, they'll have 6 laps to go at the Texas Motor Speedway dirt track. Rico needs to get by one more car. They'll have a lot of time to have no lap cars in his way. The next car in front of him is Landon Crawley. Lap times the last time, a 15.3 for Abreu, a 15.6 for Pittman. So Daryn definitely losing some ground with your race leader. Giovanni Scelzi still in 3rd. Brad Sweet is 4th. The 13 of Daison Pursley in 5th. Aaron Reutzel going to give him a spot to Ryan Timms in turn 1. Timms slides him. Reutzel crosses him up down the back straightaway. Reutzel going to get by Timms and now going to get by the J2 of John Carney. Good move there from Reutzel to maintain the top 5 position. Aaron Reutzel closing back in on Daison Pursley as Pittman now a 1.9 second gap to him and Rico Abreu. Abreu trying to ride off into the Texas sunset here tonight. 3 laps to go. Rico Abreu holding up to the pressure. Came into the night 9 points ahead in the championship. If he can hang on to this one, he's going to have a nice cushion heading into the finale tomorrow. 2 laps to go for your race leader. Daryn Pittman still cannot get by the 0 of Eric Baldaccini, and he's got the 7 BC of Giovanni Scelzi in 3rd, starting to close in a little bit as Abreu's going to come off at turn number 4 and see the white flag. 1 lap to go at the Bikini Zone All-In Championship weekend. Abreu plugs the right rear into the cushion in turn number 1 with a huge lead over Daryn Pittman. Down the back straightaway for the final time. Rico is going to get the job done on the 2nd to last race of the year. Abreu wins at Texas. 2nd will be Pittman over Gio, just barely. Scelzi in 3rd, Sweet 4th, and Pursley in 5th. Rico Abreu wins it by 3.4 seconds. His 12th win of the 2025 season. Not backing down, Tyler.
I think he's tired of us talking about the points battle. He wants to get this thing over with, and he made a statement tonight. That's for sure. That's everything you got to do here tonight. That's the most points he can get, and puts himself in a really good spot for tomorrow.
And as a 16-point swing between himself and Aaron Reutzel, who finishes in the 6th position. Abreu on top of the scales. He has cleared the scales, and it is official. It is win number 12 on the 2025 season. Rico Abreu headed to Whiskey Myers victory lane. Rico Abreu, a hug from Ricky Warner, climbs on top of the race car. Fans, let him hear you. You're a winner here tonight, Rico Abreu. He is tired of the doubters. He wants to put this thing to bed as he opens up his advantage by several points over both Brad Sweet and Aaron Reutzel with just 1 race remaining on the 2025 season. In 24 hours, Tony Laporta, we could be talking about Rico Abreu as a 2025 champion.
Yeah, I think we very well could be. Can you believe there's people out there who said he doesn't have the clutch gene? I want to know what Rico Abreu thinks about that and more here in just a moment. Ricky Warner, Brady Forbrook, they don't waste a second as they go to work making sure they learn everything they can about this race-winning car for the 12th time in 2025. He's a winner, and he'll stand in Whiskey Myers victory lane. It's Rico Abreu. All right, let's make sure you got that thing on pointed forward, okay? What was that one like once you were able to clear that fight for second? You just went up there and got the 69K.
Yeah, just determination right there. It's just these guys, you know, they put in such an effort, and we've been struggling the last few weeks, and I just knew that you just see it in their eyes. They're just not giving up on this opportunity, us racing for a championship, and ultimately going into this season, there was a goal to win races. So to pick up our 12th win here, you know, to pick up, I think it was our first or second Texas in April, or May, you know, which is incredible track service, incredible fans. It's so cool on the 4 wide just to look up and see all you guys cheering. You know, this sport doesn't work without you guys coming and watching us, and I think that's really important for you guys to know, and for us to have partners here all over the country, you know, with Spankins Motorsports, Swan Island, the Hunt family, with Jackson's Superhero, the Win Warriors program we've started to build to make those donations. So, you know, just everybody on board, Pacific Boring, Mozilla Valley Transportation, Arc Zone. We just, you know, it takes an effort for, you know, to make all this happen and to race, you know, at the top tier series, high limit. And, you know, I was just thinking about, you know, how I could tell a new fan just what that gets the opportunity to come watch our sport, what it's like, you know, behind the scenes. And I think about that all the time. And, you know, and just the opportunities that us drivers get to race with these crew members that work extremely hard on these cars. And Ricky Warner, Brady Forbrook, you know, Zach Middlebrooks, it's myself, you know, Toby Balbone, my wife travels the country with me and Gus, and we just really want to make sure we showcase, you know, something beautiful to you guys, to get to spend your hard-earned money and come watch us race. And I could go on and talk about this, but you don't get too many of these opportunities to stand here in victory lane, and the intensity racing for a championship and how tight the points are. It's just, you got to be perfect, and that's what I told my team coming into this weekend is they got to be flawless. I got to be flawless with my driving and just allow the race to come to me. And, you know, Tony Stewart sent me a text last night. I'm going to start to get emotional here, but he just, you know, I'm going to get a great opportunity to race for him, but he just told me just to race the racetrack and just be proud of what you've accomplished. And I think that, you know, you get to see these people that oversee this thing, and it's, we race with our hearts out here, and my team works with their hearts out, and this is why we're up here right now.
When you crossed the start-finish line and Chase Rodman called you the, you know, you were the winner, you were announced the winner, Tyler Courtney quickly added, he said, I think Rico's tired of hearing us talk about the points, so he went out there and did what he had to do. Your championship point lead in the owner's standings now grows from 9 to 25. Ahead of the Ridge & Sons Racing number 87. Owners' points are so important. This championship, it's so intense. Even you've got haters out there who said maybe you don't have the clutch gene. What do you got to say to them after this one?
Just keep watching on Flow, because it's getting good. These guys, you know, we enjoyed just the rattleness, and it's just such a unique feeling, you know, being kind of the dog getting chased. And, you know, as long as we can keep the cat chained up and the villain chained up, we can, you know, win ourselves a championship here, hopefully.
Let's get your Chasm Safety Products win box in hand right here. Big thanks to Chasm for everything they do for keeping drivers safe here in 2025. I want to look at my notes here because we've had some additional money thrown in. Smoke Soaked Barbecue's putting up an extra $100, and David Barnes is adding $250 tonight to the $1,000 from our angel donor. With your 12th win in high limit competition in 2025, where are you sending that extra money tonight?
Yeah, we got some special guests here from Jackson's Superhero Foundation. So my $1,000 donation is going to go, it's going to get it matched, actually. And I know there's a few of our partners here that are going to match that $1,000 to Jackson's Superhero Foundation, which is a foundation, you know, that a family created to that drives awareness around muscular dystrophy. And, you know, the Hunt family's here tonight. And so it's cool to get Jackson another win, get another Win Warrior sticker on our race car. And I know Spankins Motorsports and Jared Hunt are going to match that $1,000 of mine. So we're going to be $4,000 donated tonight to the foundation.
You're chasing a championship. Something tells me you're living a dream. Congrats.
Yeah, it's just these are incredible experiences for us and my team. And I wouldn't be able to do this without Ricky Warner and Zach Middlebrooks, Brady Forbrook, my family. My brother's here tonight with my father, so it's really important. And my mother's here, that I've performed really well when they're here watching. And
don't forget your sister.
Yeah, she's at home taking care of the dog. So you know, I love you guys, and just thank you for allowing me to follow my dreams.
Rico Abreu's your winner in Texas. He will get the Longhorns here in Whiskey Myers Victory Lane, and he says this championship fight's not over, not yet. Abreu strikes the iron for the 12th time here in 2025. Let's go back upstairs to Chase Rodman for tonight's contingencies.
Yep, thank you, Tony. As we take a look at the Rodden Supply Hard Charger tonight, that went to Chase Randall, started 19th, finished 12th, so a +7 to get the Hard Charger award. We also have the Jace Golf Cart's fastest lap, and that went to Daryn Pittman, a 14.786 second lap time on lap number 1 to get the award. And also, we've got our Race Redeem Foundation Rookie of the Race. That was Daison Pursley. He finished in the 5th position to grab that award here tonight. Now let's go back downstairs with 2nd place, Daryn Pittman. 2nd
place, as well as Jake's Golf Cart Fastest Lap Award winner for tonight, night 1 of the Bikini Zone All-In Championship weekend. Daryn Pittman, this is starting to get kind of comical almost, the story here at the championship weekend. Last year on night 1, you led laps, you end up falling to 2nd at the end. The driver from 3rd was Brad Sweet. He scored the win. Tonight, the driver from 3rd was Rico Abreu. He scores the win. What will you guys do differently to set yourselves up for the final night tomorrow?
Well, I don't think there's anything we can do to set ourselves up any better. At the end of the day, you know, it's a sprint car race. It's 25, 30 laps of who goes out there and gets the job done. So Don and these guys, they can bring me a car capable of winning every time we show up. And so today, I think we've probably led more laps than anybody here at Texas Motor Speedway over the last couple of years and still don't have a win. So it just comes down to managing a race and, you know, me doing my job in traffic and, you know, moving around and, you know, probably broken record. I didn't do it last year and just didn't get the job done there tonight either. So cars plenty capable of winning. You know, obviously Rico, they're at the top of their game and running really, really well right now. So if you can stay ahead of those and beat them, you know, you've earned it, but it still, you know, sucks to kind of lead that many laps and continue to finish 2nd.
With your 2nd place tonight, though, you do lock into your heat race for tomorrow evening. You won't have to qualify. You'll get to start from 4th. How do you feel personally about this race car, going into the final night?
Yeah, I feel great. I mean, honestly, I'm just blessed every time I get the opportunity to drive this 69K, and obviously them coming to Texas is it's becoming more normal. Obviously 2 years in a row, but obviously it's a big toe for them to come down here, and I just feel really lucky that they, you know, continue to ask me to keep coming back and driving. So I know that Don will have the night to sleep on it and think about it, and I got to replay that race through my head and figure out what I need to do better to clean up things on my end. But you know, just thanks to Interstate Batteries for kind of making this whole deal possible and you know, making this trip hopefully worthwhile for the team. And we'd like to put them in victory lane before it's up.
All right, well, what do you guys say at the trailer? You can roll it in and have some Cheetos now.
Yeah, absolutely. So thanks, guys.
That's Daryn Pittman. Back-to-back 2nd place finishes with Kubota High Limit Racing in the fall here in Fort Worth, Texas. And at the end, it was Giovanni Scelzi getting up around for the 3rd position, debriefing with crew chief Jake Argo. We hate to interrupt those conversations, but what are those debriefs like after a successful night? What are you telling him? What's he telling you? And what do you feel like you guys can gain on for tomorrow?
Yeah, we didn't really change a whole lot tonight, which is refreshing. Haven't been great the last couple weeks and just kind of been searching. We're not way off. We just haven't been able to really make dashes, draw good, and stay up front. So thank you to those guys. You know, Jake, Bob, and Ron are working extremely hard. They never give up. And NOS Energy Drink, Spire, Colossal Marshall Racing, LA's Custom Trailer, Gamebridge, and Brant Professional Agriculture. It's cool. Like, you know, we were good off the bat and kind of hit a lull there for a while. Then we're good and off. So consistency is obviously key with these guys and being in contention to win a race. But phenomenal job on the racetrack. I've watched a lot of video from this joint, and tonight was, I feel like, the best it probably ever was.
Another podium for you and this Clausen Marshall team that you have done a phenomenal job stealing your brother's title of Super Sub for one night left of High Limit here in 2025. Have you had fun hanging out with us?
Yeah, for sure. It's been cool. Obviously, a lot of changes this year for me and everybody at High Limit, as well as the team and all the racers have really opened their arms to me and you know, welcomed me to the team. So it's cool. Like I said, this is a beautiful facility. It was cool to see fans in the stands and ready for tomorrow.
I think by my count, that's your 4th trip to the podium with the series here since taking over the 7BC. Giovanni Scelzi out of Fresno, California, doing a really, really good job for that team when they need him the most. Daryn Pittman, he's obviously going to toss and turn, but they're going to come back and they're going to be prepared for tomorrow night, just like they did here 1 year ago. But Rico Abreu silences the doubters here tonight. He did exactly what he needed to. And unfortunately, with his success, you have to also think about how it was helped even more you know, if you want to look at it that way, by Aaron Reutzel not being able to finish on the podium in that Owners Championship fight. Every point matters. And remember, points are only awarded in Kubota high limit racing competition in the feature. There's no qualifying, there's no heat race, there's not even hot lap points handed out here, Chase. So it all comes down to what you do between the green and the checker your last time out on track every single night.